Hi guys, my name is Akshay and I am a manifestation coach. All my contact info is in the description. I'm making this video to demonstrate to you that manifestation is actually ridiculously easy. It is completely effortless and simple. Okay, you just have to focus on the right things, and that is actually not difficult. It's very easy. I'm gonna elucidate with the help of a success story. So this is a success story of one of my subscribers who recently also had a one-on-one session with me. Okay, so this is a girl in her early 20s. Okay, and she's still studying and preparing for certain exams. Okay, so she does not have a substantial income as on date. Okay, obviously she's gonna have a very prosperous future, but as on date she does not have a substantial income because she's still studying, as I said, right? So one day she was just daydreaming and a desire popped up within her heart, and she had this wish of owning her own personal automobile. Okay, and this is a girl who lives with her mom and dad, okay, with her parents, still studying, no personal income. So there was a voice in her head that said that you will be able to buy a car only when you get a job. Okay, so she thought, okay, what if I had a job right now? Which car would I buy? So she sort of circumvented the how unknowingly, unintentionally. She thought, okay, we'll figure all that out, but let's decide which car I want to buy. Okay, and she decided on an SUV. Okay, it costs a pretty penny actually, and white in color, okay, with a panoramic sunroof. Okay, she wanted it with all the bells and whistles. Okay, she wanted it to be like a nice, sort of glamorous vehicle with a panoramic sunroof, very comfortable and stylish. And she thought that, wow, if I had this car, I would drive to this part of town, I would take a drive to this part of my I'd go to that place, I'd do this with my friends. I would feel so cool driving this really nice car. Okay, and she just enjoyed, she imagined that, what if I had the car, it would be so nice, and she enjoyed wholeheartedly. Okay, because logically there was no way she could get it. Okay, so she stopped figuring out how to get it. She thought, okay, maybe it will manifest later, whatever, right? She didn't really pay attention to how it would be possible for her to get it. Okay, so she just imagined and enjoyed. And a few days later, her dad, he got, some perks at work. Okay, but not they didn't make a substantial difference to his income. It was just, some extra fuel allowance. Okay, which is not really that significant, but suddenly, since he had extra fuel allowance, he thought, wow, let's buy a car. Okay, let's buy a new car now that I have extra fuel allowance, which is really not, maybe it's $150. Okay, let's buy a new car. And the most surprising thing here is that the dad does not drive. Okay, the dad does not drive, the mom does not drive. They have an older car which is driven by a chauffeur. Okay, there's a driver to take them around in that car. So it's for somebody who doesn't drive, it's an absurd decision. It's an absurd decision to buy a new car just because they got an extra bit of fuel allowance. He doesn't need it. He doesn't drive, Still, he decided, I'm going to buy this exact car that the daughter had thought about. That exact specification and features. And then he asked his family, his daughter and his wife, should we get it? I really like this particular one for, I don't know why. I just like it a lot. And obviously the daughter said yes. Okay. And so they bought the car, and the dad doesn't drive and the mom doesn't drive. So the dad gave the keys to the daughter, that you drive it. Now this is your car. Wherever you want to go, take this car with you. Okay. And if we want to go somewhere, if we all are going somewhere together, you be the driver. Okay, so this is practically her car, which she manifested for free. Okay, and her father, it's so absurd, right? For a person who doesn't drive, what would they do with a new car? Right? But he had this desire, and this is how free will and everyone is you pushed out works. The girl had the desire, okay? So she imagined and enjoyed that she had the new car. The dad was compelled, the company, his company where he worked at, was compelled to give him, some perks. He was compelled to have this inexplicable draw towards buying the new car of that particular color, that particular model, that particular specs, features. And the company, even though the girl set all of this in motion, the company thought that it is their free will. Nobody screwed with anybody's sense of reality. The company was happy to give extra fuel allowance. The dad was happy to get this new car. He thought it is his free will. So nobody screwed with anybody's sense of reality. When you imagine and enjoy and assume that you have what you want, okay, other people help you willingly to get your desire. That is how everyone is you pushed out and free will works. So if you imagine that, I'm in a loving, committed relationship, other people, they love to love you. Suddenly you start glowing, you start blooming. Other people, they're like, wow, I want to be with this person. This person is my soulmate. This person is the love of my life. Let me shower this person with all my love, with presents, with flowers, with roses, with dates. Let me pamper this person. So I hope you understood how to manifest. You don't have to figure out the how. You have to only imagine and enjoy. Imagine and enjoy wholeheartedly. That is as good as believing. Like when you enjoy something wholeheartedly, you experience the thrill of receiving it. Then there's there's just one part that remains to be addressed. What about negative thoughts, emotions, and feelings? They are irrelevant. They are useless. They are crap. They are garbage. They don't solve your problems. They don't help you to get what you want. So brush them aside. Okay, like tell your negative thoughts, emotions, and feelings, you are useless. Giving you the power to hijack my system is stupid and idiotic. So please, I don't respect you. I don't want you. I don't like you. Go away. Sometimes it's as simple as you standing up to this helpless and hopeless version of you and telling that version that, you know what, get out. No, sorry. You can't screw my life, okay? You can't make my life living hell. I'm not giving you that permission. So negative thoughts, like they, in the equation of manifestation, negative thoughts are a liability. Like they just weigh you down. Negative thoughts, negative feelings, negative emotions, all negativity. So your job is to remove them from the equation. And sometimes that may take you some time. It could take a few weeks, perhaps, depending on what you experienced, how deeply entrenched you are in your negativity. But that's okay. That's okay. That's not bad. But manifestation in itself remains very easy, remains incredibly simple. Focus on what you want, imagine, forget about the how, and enjoy wholeheartedly in your imagination the unfolding, the reception of your desire. Like there's no secret. There's no other secret. What technique you use is a matter of personal choice and personal preference. So there's no need to demonize one technique and to glorify the other one. It's a matter of what works for you. It's a matter of personal preference. I personally like affirmations with feelings. Okay. For example, if somebody wanted to manifest a new job, then I would recommend the affirmation that I feel very successful, confident, and proud as I now have a high profile, high paying, prestigious job. Okay. I prefer affirmations with feelings, and I also love going into the hypnagogic state and imagining. That's my choice. Somebody likes robotic affirmations. I don't resonate with that personally, but if it works for you, high five to you, more power to you, man. Manifestation is incredibly simple, guys. It's very simple. There's no need to watch 1 million hours of content. Write down your desire and do what I said in the video and live your life. That's it. I hope you derived value from this interaction today. If you like the video, please hit like, share, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell. Unleash the power within you, and remember that if I said it, I already did it. Thank you.